One Day I May Never Forget by Joshua Wren. There we were, me and my family of 4, in our nice RAV4 by Toyota. We were heading from our state of Washington to Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming. After a long ride with many stops, we finally arrived in Yellowstone National Park, and we checked into our nice little cabin. My dad is a very friendly guy, and he was talking to a lot of the locals about Yellowstone and what they know. And he met this one guy. We talked to him about some trails. The man told my dad to take these certain trails to go hiking with our family. My dad was all over this idea, and we were too. So, at 5 o'clock, we hopped in our car and drove all on over to our trail. We got to the trail, and there's 2 loops to take. The Goose Loop and the Swan Loop. I don't know if this is the real name of the loop, but there was a smaller sign at the bottom of the loop. The smaller sign gave a very polite warning that there were bears in the area. My parents were trying to keep me and my sister calm by telling us that there were absolutely no bears and that sign was outdated. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were lying. Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. For protection, I guess. My mom had a bear bell, quotation marks, to keep the bears away, I guess. So, as we were taking our nice little hike, we stumbled over something. Something not too great. We saw the sun getting slightly dimmer, and Lake Yellowstone's waves were going out. Then my mom looks at the ground and yells, "What are those?" She whispers to my father, Mike, and says, "Is that a bear paw?" Oh no. My dad responded in such a way that if we heard, it wouldn't matter, because he said, maybe, which means yes, but he said it's most likely old. There's no way it could be old, because the Lake Yellowstone has tides, because it's so big, and the tides were going out, which means just minutes ago, the bear paw was at the water. That means he was walking, and that means he was going to his food. That means the tide was going out, and he was only 10 feet from the water. That means he was there. We could see the car in the far distance, and we kept seeing these bear paws, so our eyes were on the lookout. My sister did not like the idea that a bear could possibly be stalking us. We were all in a quiet roar, hoping that the, quote, bear wasn't around us and wasn't stalking us. My mom was calming down my sister. I was kind of confused. But now, we could see the car. We were still hundreds of yards away, and we could see the sun starting to set in the far distance. We would go from 200 yards. 3 minutes later, we'd go to 100 yards, almost there. A certain member of our family did not like the idea that a bear could possibly come up behind us and swipe us in the face. We were finally just footsteps to our car, and we made it safe. We all made it back in the car with all 4 limbs, and we just took a minute for relief. We got out of that place immediately, and as a reward for surviving, we got homemade ice cream, of course. We went to this very old-timey ice cream parlor and enjoyed our ice cream sundaes, not in a cone, in a cup. We finished up our very tasty ice cream, and we decided to head back to our cabin. We were now made it to our cabin, and the sun was basically set and gone. The time on the clock is wrong, I'm sorry about that. It was later than 8:30, but we were all very tired, and we got home and the cabin, and we slept for a very long time. That hike also was hard. We all made it back safe, and that concludes the story of A Day I'll Never Forget. Thank you. The end.